My next question was actually to do with surrender. How does surrender play a role in the process of change? How can we practice it and also distinguish between the feeling of, okay, we are trying to surrender to the change and it's not that we're giving up?
Yeah, so first we must understand the meaning of surrender, right? What we usually know, what is surrender? We see that in usual terms, we see one army surrendering to another army. A fight is going on, somebody is weaker, he surrenders. So we see surrender in a negative manner. But in spirituality, surrender is a positive thing. Now, if you see, say, two armies fighting, or two people fighting, they're fighting because to satisfy their egos, that I'm stronger than you. I'm trying to prove it. So, but eventually one gets beaten up and he surrenders. In spirituality, it's more or less the same. We find it very difficult to surrender because of our egos. Because I, me, my. How can, you be bigger than me, more stronger than me? In spirit, when I meditate, this I remains. And this I is the biggest obstacle in my growth. And if now you look at how, if you want to see a surrender in a different light, I'll give you an example. I blindfold you, Ali, and says, I'm taking you on a surprise trip. All you feel is in a plane and a helicopter. And then I tell you, Ali, I'm going to remove the blindfold. And I remove the blindfold, and you see yourself standing in front of Mount Everest. 29,000 feet? And you're standing there, that massive, there is no ego left. You see your smallness like that, how tiny you are in front of that. Surrender automatically happens. Surrender would happen once I see something bigger than me. When I see my inner self, my higher self, which is so much bigger, huge than I am. Surrender happens. Because without surrender, change will not, transformation will not happen. The seed would want to remain a seed in the comfort zone. A caterpillar, a larva would want to be what they are. Why go through that transformation? I am happy where I am. For surrender is the key and a very powerful tool, you can say, in our spiritual growth. So surrender is essential. It'll come with your sadhana, it'll come with your practice. But again, your teacher, your guide, your guru will help you achieve that. And the more we surrender, because our ego tells me, I'll control this, I'll control this, I'll control this, I'll control everything, I'll control the whole world. Whereas my consciousness, my inner self, is infinite. When I surrender that, all the control onto him, says, I hand over all my controls onto you. You take the controls. That is surrender. When that is complete, it is just most beautiful and amazing feeling. To watch the full podcast, click here. And to watch our previous podcasts, click here.